Bongozozo. I am in a town called Iten in Kenya. Now, Iten is the global capital, the very center of long-distance running, which in itself is quite an impressive feat. If you think of most sports, maybe all sports, there's not really one center. I mean, for football, where's the center of football? Carrow Road, maybe? The atmosphere here is highly energized. There are famous athletes walking in and out of Iten Club. Iten Club seems to be the center of the runners around here, especially the European runners, mainly because they've got very good coffee. This town is a small town in Africa, and it's hard to get espresso and cappuccino, but I got them at Iten Club. I love you.
Kwenye mitandao umegeuza pa kusutana, hiyo ni shida, jitambue.
I am a recreational runner. I enjoy running the 5K Parkrun. In fact, I'm a Parkrun fanatic, and my time is reasonable. It's by no means elite or even good, but it's not bad. It is 21 minutes and 15 seconds for the 5K Southampton Parkrun. Now, it's a hilly parkrun as well. Now, my belief is for the 10K, which is actually my race of preference, that everybody should be running less than their age. And last year I recorded a 44 minutes, which is less than my age. But I'm not ready to stop attacking my PB there, because my brother has previously recorded a 43 minutes. I'm not going to let him get away with that. I'm going to continue fighting until I'm down to 42, 41, maybe at a 40 minute. But that's what I'm doing here. I'm enjoying not only the atmosphere, but also the training. It is very easy to participate in the training runs. A lot of them are free. In fact, here we are at Fartlek Tuesday. Basically, hundreds of runners gather here and just start. Someone screams, go, sprint, slow, interval training, Fartlek training. And so that's what I'm waiting for here. I'm excited about that. All the athletes have started to gather.
Tunajua ya kwamba ni neema yako tumeona siku ya leo, ni wengi wangetaka kuiona lakini hawajaiona. Tuko wazima, hali ya afya tuko sawa.
Someone to pray for us and then we start training.
Watakusingizia ni wivu, vumilia. Wao wenyewe wameshajichokea, shangilia, palilia, vumilia, zingatia. Upendo kwanza.
It's fantastic to see these people that are built for this game. I mean, they're tall, they've got long legs, they're thin, they're just made for this. It's just a privilege to be around people that are perfect for the sport. Anyway, so very easy to find pacers here. You pay like $5 and you find a pacer and they'll take you on a 10K run and they'll run your speed, they'll improve, they'll do exactly what you want to do. I find East Africans very, very patient people. I lived in Tanzania for 20 years, very patient people. And so finding running here is actually very easy to do. You don't need to be necessarily in a camp. You just turn up, find people, start running. There's running everywhere. It's just a privilege to be here. So let's get going with the fat leg running. This is Bongozozo from Iten in Kenya.
Kwa hatua twende juu mpaka kilele, tusilale lale wala tusichelewe, na hii ni fujo isiyoumiza. Upendo ni kwa wote, hata adui msamehe, wapembeleze mpaka hata walale, hakikisha mwanga unazidi giza, yeah. Alright, nafasi yako kwenye maisha
wawili.
In Iten, I spent a long time pondering what it is about this area that produces such world champions. There must be some way of looking and replicating the successes of this area elsewhere in the world. Now, there's a lot of theories. There's the high altitude of this place, but there's high altitude places elsewhere in the world that doesn't produce such champions, but that may well be a factor. And there's also a theory proposed by the famous coach of David Rudisha, the Irish priest, who said, oh, well, the children's connection with the ground as they grow up playing barefoot has a big impact on them as adult athletes. And that is a very interesting and new theory I hadn't heard before. But then again, there are many countries, places in Africa that children grow up running around barefoot. And of course there is the idea of DNA, the fact that in East Africa, the environment being savanna, has created the DNA of people being able to run for long distances, to hunt prey and to escape danger across the savanna. And that's a theory I buy into significantly, because my son is half Tanzanian and he can run really fast. I have come and poached some East African DNA. Now, there is another idea that is a contributory factor to creating champions, and this is something that is overlooked quite a lot, and it's the quality of the food here in East Africa. Now, this here is ugali, fish and sukuma wiki. Now, the thing is with this food is nutritionally, it is about the best food in the world. Look, in Asia, there's very tasty food. It's the tastiest food I know. But in Africa, nutrient-wise, this is the best food available. And the irony of it is that this sukuma wiki, standing for push the weak, is actually poor people's food. I mean, it's the name push week means, you know, you've got no money and you need to wait till the end of the week in order to buy real food. But the nutrient quantity and quality of this food is unbelievable. Even when you eat it, you feel the nutrients flood through your body. It is the best for you, and it's an idea that is lost a lot of the time, because in Africa, people see with the Western media and the way we look at famine in Africa, we think, well, the problem in Africa is food. No, the problem is the lack of food in certain situations. It's not the quality of food. This is organic, this is nutrient rich, and it is fat free. Ugali is the secret to running. Now, ugali, sadza, all the other different names in West Africa, it's all over Africa. Why does it not produce runners? Well, it does produce sportsmen. Understand that Africans are the strongest people in the world, right? And that is what contributes to being a fast runner. These people are very strong based on the fact that they eat this food all their lives. Now let me dig in to this. If you know how to eat ugali, you eat it with your hands.
Upendo ni kwa wote, hata dui msame, wapembeleze mpaka hata walale, hakikisha mwanga unazidi giza, yeah, alright.
I'm so hungry. I went on a run this morning. 100 people turn up, fastest people in the world. It was a privilege to run with them. Afterwards I felt high. I couldn't keep up, just saying. They said, oh, it's slow. We're doing 10 kilometers in 40 minutes. That's not slow. It's fast. So hungry after that, and now you fill your body with quality food. I've decided that diet is the key aspect to me running faster this year. And it shocks me. You see the European runners coming here and ordering chips. What are you ordering chips for? Seriously, what are you ordering chips for? This is the secret. And what I want to do is break that elusive 20 minutes. So I've seen a nice little hill in Iten, and that if I run downhill, I'll break that 20 minutes. And for me it counts. They say, oh, well, you are elevation assisted. I don't care, it still says 19 minutes 59 on my Strava.
So, anakimbia mbio. Slow down kidogo.
Nafasi yako moja kwenye maisha, furahia, ruka ruka, sherekea. Hii ni fujo isiyoumiza. Cheza naye, cheka naye, lia naye, bongozozo. Twamfurahia, twampenda. Cheza naye, ruka naye, imba naye, bongozozo. Hakuna kusema wa Afrika eti tunapenda vita. Elimu ya mjinga ni kugombanisha watu. Binadamu wapo wengi wa ajabu. Midomo ya adui ni kumwaga damu. Hakuna matata, hakuna kununa, watajibeba. Hakuna matata, hakuna kununa, watajibeba. Hakuna matata.
Ngoja. Asikufe moyo.
Waafrika ni kama taswira, vyema vyote ukurudia, na upendo ni mwingi, hakuna cha kujutia, haigombanishi kamwe, fujo isiyoumiza. Bongozozo, hakuna matata, hakuna kununa, watajibeba. Hakuna matata, hakuna kununa.
Almost there.
Come on!
Almost there.
50, 40, 30.
20.
Come on! Ah!
Wow. Sawa, turudi kwake, turudi. How do you feel?
I feel Well, that was an extremely hard run. It was downhill. I'm not sure you can see, but on my Strava you will see, well, that's a PB, that's sub 20. Please don't look at elevation. But I thought, well, we're high altitude here. It's really hard to do a PB, sub 20. That's a minute, I think 1.5 minutes south of my PB. 1947. Downhill, extreme downhill. Doesn't make it easy. It makes it easier. You feel that you're pushed and you can let yourself go a little. But still, in that 4th kilometre, I'm thinking to myself, no, I just can't do this. You know, you run past 3 kilometres and say, well, that's my PB for 3 kilometres, sub 12. Why don't I just take that? But I pushed on and somehow it came to an end. I've got to say the weather and the scenery here, it just pushes you on. It just makes you happy to be alive. It is such a spiritual moment. 1947, baby. Bongozozo! From Iten, Kenya. This is my producer, my camera woman. She was excellent. I just kept running at her. I should have filmed me on the bike. The most stunningly beautiful place to crack 20 minutes. Probably in the world, at least the most famous. So I'm inputting my run into Strava, 5k PB, sub 20 minutes. Please ignore elevation, but do consider altitude. Iten, Kenya, home of the champions. Save. Oh, I'll highlight the picture of me punching the air. That's the highlight picture. Set as highlight. And save. So, I ran my first sub 20 minute 5k of my life. I smashed my PB. It was 21 minutes 15 was my PB, and I smashed it, got it down to 1947. Now, it was massively elevation assisted. I mean, if you actually go to my Strava, I'm Bongozozo on Strava, you will see that the elevation, I haven't even looked at it yet, but it was insane. In fact, the elevation made it actually quite hard. The first kilometre was so steep that I had to put the brakes on. But still, I'm taking it, right? Because I covered 5 kilometres in under 20 minutes, and I'm at high altitude. I think it's like 2,500 metres here. And so I think, well, let's say it balances it out, and let's give myself a sub 20. I've got to say, I was much harder than I thought. I thought when I saw I've been practicing this route a little bit before and seeing how downhill it was. I think, I'll do a 17 or 18, I'll just drift down. No, it's hard, it's really hard, and I smashed 20. Not that any of my friends are going to, I'm not even going to mention it, they're just going to make signs downhill all the time. But I bet you when I go back to the Southampton Parkrun, I bet you there's something in me, something from Iten I have picked up. And I don't mean the stones. You know, the roads here aren't smooth. Even the road I was running on just then, it's just been re-tarred. And these stones go into my expensive vaporflies. In fact, one is so far lodged there that I can't take it out, and I think that's good. I'll come back and run Southampton with a stone from Iten in my shoe. Anyway, I've had such an amazingly fantastic time here. I think I'm changed. I think I'll go back and just be changed. I find it very, very relaxed here. I find the people more relaxed than I've ever known anywhere. And I think maybe one of the reasons is that people run all the time. I mean, about maybe 60 or 70% of all the people in Iten are running. And not just once a week, they're running 2 or 3 times a day. And running is so good for your headspace. I think if you did an assessment of the mental illness in Iten, it would be less than everywhere else, because you fix your head when you run. You pump your body with endorphins, the ultimate no-pill chill. You know, it's like, it's such a high here, such a free high. Everybody's high on natural stuff. I love this place. I am coming back. I'm coming back a lot. I want to go to running camps all across the world. This is an incredible week that I will not forget. It's been a pleasure to have you with me on this little trip. This is Bongozozo signing out from Iten in Kenya, the home of the champions.
Vitu si utu bali upendo ni sawa na kito. Dunia ni mapito, msumize watu hivyo. Usinipe mgongo, naomba geuza shingo, tuwe wapenda nao. Bongozozo, bongo kuna matata. Bongozozo, bongo hakuna kununa. Bongozozo, bongo watajibeba. Bongozozo, hakuna matata. Bongozozo, bongo hakuna kununa. Bongozozo, bongo watajibeba.